Yeah, they're almost Greek. They're almost Greek names. Right, yes, sir.
You come back with
Start making Starbucks run.
Right, that goes out to you, right? Okay, it's here. Eventually, of course, dog is established, and you take a look at alcohol. Right, so now the humble, I've seen this before in other places, you know, and then I'll
Next time we see you, next time we see
just keep that to it.
Okay, good evening. Please join me standing for the invocation to be given by Mayor Pro Tem Finch.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for the wonderful day you've given us today. We thank you for our town. We thank you for all of our great citizens. And we thank you for the ability to be able to serve, Father. We pray as we go through the agenda tonight that you would direct our thoughts and give us wisdom as we make decisions that impact so many in our town. Again, thank you for such a great place to live. In your name, amen.
Amen. Please join me standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Good evening and welcome to the regular Town Council meeting of January 27th. This is our second meeting, regular meeting in January. The time is 7:01. For the record, all council members are present and we have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is announcement. This is the time pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.0415. The mayor, council, and staff may report on the following items. expression of thanks, congratulations or condolences, information about holiday schedules, recognition of individuals, reminders about upcoming town council events, information about community events, announcement involving imminent threat to public health and safety. Council have one announcement. As you all know, SISD's Special Olympics will be held on February 3rd. I think that's this next Monday from 9 to 1:30. I will be attending the Special Olympics. If you all could attend, whoever's time allows, if you could attend, I'm sure they will appreciate it. I tell you what, I attended the Special Olympics last year. I know we had Susan was there, Egan and Wade were there. I thought it was really an eye-opening, quite emotional event. I know you have a busy schedule, you have work and everything else to do, but if your schedule permits, please come and join. Other additional announcements?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to just recognition. It's on. Got it. So Saturday, I received a call from a resident who was in a little bit of a panic, had rented the facility, and apparently there was some discussion about some services that were and were not available. And so I called our town manager, and on a Saturday, and her and Dave were out and about, but she took my call, and I explained the situation, and she went above and beyond, in my opinion, came up here on a Saturday on her day off, and made sure everything was taken care of. And so it was a school event that was going on, and so I just want to recognize Susan. Thank you for going above and beyond on a Saturday on your day off, and really appreciate all you do for our town, and it should be recognized that you give a lot, and thank you.
Thank you.
The staff has any announcements? Okay. If not, I'm going to move to the public forum. This is the time. If anyone from the audience would like to come and speak to the council on any matter other than personal matters or legal matters, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the public forum. Members of the audience, there will be plenty of opportunities to make public comments, or if you would like to speak to the council, there's a form. It's called Public Comment Forum. The copies are available right outside the door. If you could please fill in and turn that over to Ms. Ramsey, our town secretary. She will use that for record keeping, as well as help me announce the name properly and talk about the agenda items you are here to talk about. So if you could take time to fill that in, that'll be greatly appreciated. Council, this is the time for recognition. And we got several recognition tonight. First one is recognition of the finance department for receiving multiple awards from the Government Finance Officers Association. There are 4 awards. One is the GFOA Award of Financial Reporting Achievement. Then there is a GFOA Certificate of Achievements for Excellence in Financial Reporting 2018. GFOA Certificate of Recognition for Budget Preparation 2018. And GFOA Distinguished Budget Presentation Award for 2018. So I'm going to be presenting this to Ms. Hopkins in a few seconds here. This is the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting, presented to Town of Sunnyvale, Texas. This is the second year in a row, 2017 and 2018 we received it. And also there is a news release Government Finance Officers Association put out that was released on January 2nd, 2020. The Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting has been awarded to Town of Sunnyvale by Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada for its comprehensive annual financial report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. An award of financial reporting achievement has been awarded to the individuals or department designated by the government as primarily responsible for preparing the award-winning CAFR. The CAFR has been judged by an impartial panel to meet the high standards of the program, which includes demonstrating a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the CAFR. Lisa, I want to say congratulations to you and your colleagues. I know her full team is not here, so she was a little bit hesitant to take this award today, but Counsel, if you could join me in awarding this to Liz Hopkins. You know this is heavy, right? So I'm just gonna lay this here. We'll take pictures again. She waits here.
Where are you going? Stand by. I don't want to take a picture of mine. Look more pretty.
Okay. Who's gonna go first? Rachel?
Kevin, I'm gonna need you to look over here.
Which camera?
This one.
Rachel.
The white
Oh, Gerald?
Oh, you got it.
It's a two for.
You got it?
Thank you. Good stuff.
Great job. So there's one more recognition of Atmos Gas for donating 2 multi-gas meters to the Sunnyvale Fire Department. I'm going to invite Chief Kendrick to give the award.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. It's a pleasure tonight to introduce to you some folks from Atmos Gas. They're kind of the first responders as well, and in presenting you guys, Susan Harris and Jonathan Freddie, they are here tonight to present the fire department with 2 gas meters, which is very important for us, as you would well know. We'll get there first and say, yep, it's got gas, and we call them, and then their crews come out. So it's really a pleasure and an honor for them to consider us with these 2 gas monitors. And Captain Yull has been in contact with them to kind of get this thing rolling, and so that's why he's here as well. So and then he's now in charge of the gas meters. So that's what. Ms. Susan, would y'all like to say something, please?
I'll just echoing Chief Kirby. You know, it's a pleasure and honor for Atmos Energy Corporation to partner with the town of Sunnyvale. Happy to serve the community and the folks here that reside here, and looking forward to many years of further cooperation. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Again, another echo, but over the years, I've just appreciated working with all of you. It's really been a pleasure. The town is second to none. You should be very proud, all of you. So we appreciate our partnership with Chief Kendrick and Scott getting us involved. We really appreciate the opportunity to further partner and make everything a little bit more special here in Sunnyvale. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank No, I don't. It is see you sitting in.
Get our firemen up there. Gotta get them a new station.
Just a glare. Thank you, Ms. Harris. Thank you for your partnership. Appreciate you. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, that's the consent agenda items. Council, we have item number 3, 4, and 5 items for consent agenda. Would anyone like to remove any of the items from the consent agenda? If not, can I have a motion to approve consent agenda items 3, 4, and 5 as presented?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented.
Motion made by Finch, Mr. Finch, to approve consent agenda item 3, 4, and 5 as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Freeman. Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussion? All in favor signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. Moving on to item number 6, discuss, consider, and act upon the second reading of ordinance 20-01, an ordinance amending ordinance 19-31, which made appropriation for the support of the town of Sunnyvale for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2019, and ending September 30th, 2020, and amending the annual budget of the town of Sunnyvale for the 2019-2020 fiscal year utility fund. Ms. Hopkins? Will that be Ms. Guthrie?
If you recall, this is second reading, and this was to fund the agreement with TxDOT for SH 352. And it's on here because you didn't ask for it to be on consent, and because it's budget related, we put it on the regular agenda.
Awesome, thanks. I'm going to open up this for public comments. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council on this item, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the public comments. Council, are there additional questions or discussions on this agenda item? If not, can I have a motion with respect to agenda item 6?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve agenda item number 6 as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Finch to approve agenda item 6 as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Egan. Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussions? All in favor signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. Moving on to item number 7, discuss, consider, and act upon ordinance 20-02, an ordinance ordering a general election to be held in said town at the next uniform election date on the second day of May 2020 for the purpose of electing town council places 3 and 4, designating the date for a runoff election if needed, designating the place at which said election is to be held, making provisions for the conduct of that election, and other provisions incident and relating to the purpose of this ordinance, providing a severability clause and providing an effective date. Ms. Ramsey?
Mayor and Council, as you know, every year it's required by law that you order your general election, and this is just for the 2 normal places that are up this year, and that's places 3 and 4. Okay, I'm going to open up this time for the public comments. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the public comments. Council, are there any questions or discussions on agenda item 7? If there are no discussions, can I have a motion with respect to agenda item 7?
Make a motion to approve agenda item number 7 as written.
Motion made by Mr. Freeman to approve agenda item 7 as presented. Second by Mr. Egan.
Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussions? All in favor signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. Thank you. Moving on to item number 8. Discuss, consider, and act upon awarding a contract to Komatsu Architects for the preliminary design and site selection for a new fire and administration facility for the town of Sunnyvale. Chief, good evening.
Good evening again. Mayor and Council, when the town manager and I started talking about the process we were going to do it, we developed a committee, finance, engineering, and the secretary, town secretary. We put a RFQ together. We've done a lot of homework, and we did a lot of touring and sightseeing and to see all the candidates that did apply. I can tell you that those that did apply were among the top of architectural firms that did fire stations in the Metroplex. So we did a tour of a facility that Komatsu had done, felt more comfortable that the people that we could work with. And tonight I want to introduce you to Les Edmonds. He's going to be the project designer. And that way, if y'all can beat him up and ask any questions that he has. We do appreciate the opportunity for letting us have that opportunity to form the committee and be able to pick something good, because our goal is the same as yours, is have a good product. So, Les, if you will, anything that...
I'm certainly here to answer any questions. I'm not sure I have been in a process quite this fast. Susan we interviewed for it seems like yesterday, put a contract together and got it approved by staff anyway.
Sir, would you go and state your name and address for the record, please?
I will. My name is Les Edmonds with Komatsu Architecture, 3880 Hewlin Street, Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Edmond. Council, are there any questions? Do you want to add anything else to the proposal, or your background, your experience, or?
I will certainly say that I'm happy to be here, and the schedule is right in our wheelhouse to get started and get going on it, to get a firehouse going for the town of Sunnyvale. I thought the A shift was here for me, but as it turns out, they were here for Atmos, but that's okay. I think
they
ready.
Stayed back for you.
Yeah, yes, they did. They said we're gonna. In fact, I think I got offered lunch to talk about their fire station. But it's like I said, it's a thrill to be here. Most of our fire stations are a little west of here and a little south of here. We're happy to be on this side of Dallas, and look forward to working with you.
And as a reminder, Mayor, this phase is the preliminary design, which is site selection and then developing a program, floor plan, and rendering for the site that's selected. Gotcha. So it's what we consider phase 1, and you did budget for phase 1 in this year's budget in anticipation of this action.
Got it. Okay. Council, are there any questions for Mr. Edmond? Mr. Egan?
Mr. Edmond, you said that you've got stations south and west of here. Could you allude to where some of those might be? So,
we're working in Mansfield, Grand Prairie, Frisco, Leander, Texas, a little south of here.
Yep.
Fort Worth, actually. We're doing one right in our hometown. So, yeah.
And that's where you're based out of, is Fort Worth?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Are there additional questions? Thank you, sir. Would you please take a seat? I'm going to open up for public comments. Chief, anything else, Chief?
No, I just, once again, want to appreciate staff for taking the time as well. We did put our tennis shoes on and made a fast run at it. So, but it's going to be a good product, you know. So I appreciate staff for working with us on that as well, and council. Thank you.
Members of the audience, I'm going to open up this time for public comments. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the public comments. Council, are there additional discussions or questions on this agenda item? So Susan, when do we expect this to be back from the, when do you expect the phase one to be done?
The timeline we had was upon execution of the contract that we would hope to be complete in 8 weeks.
8 weeks, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. It was very quick. And I know staff worked really hard to get this pulled together and done a lot of visits, so appreciate everybody for this one. Council, if there are no additional discussions on this topic, can I have a motion with respect to item number 8?
Mayor, make a motion to approve item 8 as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Allen to approve agenda item 8 as presented.
Second.
Second by Mr. Clark. Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussion? All in favor signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. Mr. Edmund, we look forward to working with you and hearing the output you'll be coming back with. Again, I want to thank all our firemen for being here tonight, and Chief for organizing this event. Thanks. Susan, of course, you. Moving on to item number 9, discuss, consider, and act upon purchasing 13 vehicle radios for Sunnyvale Police Department, Motorola APX 8500, all band MP mobile. Chief, good evening.
Evening, Mayor, Council. These are just our car radios that need to go in our cars so that we can communicate and operate on patrol. They're going to be purchased through the Houston, Galveston area council contract, just like our portables were. So 13 of them for all vehicles in the amount of $77,602.59.
Chief, is this a standard, top-of-the-line product other police departments
It is.
use? Okay. Council, are there any questions for Chief? Mr. Wade?
Chief, these are called portable vehicle radios.
Yeah, that's a typo.
Okay,
Should
so
just
it's
be-
different from the 20 that we've already authorized.
Correct. These are the mounted in the car radios.
these are mounted
They're
with-
called mobile radios, but
So we've got 13 in the vehicles and 20 portables that signed to officers.
yes, sir.
Got you.
Good question, Mr. Wade. Are there additional questions? Thank you, Chief. I'm going to take some public comments. Okay, I'm going to open this time for public comments. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council on agenda item number 9, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I am going to close the public comments. Council, are there additional discussions or questions on agenda item 9? If not, can I have a motion with respect to item number 9?
Motion to approve item number 9 as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Freeman to approve agenda item 9 as presented. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Egan. Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussions? All in favor of the motion signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. Thank you very much. Moving on to item number 10, discuss, consider, and act upon accepting the Sunnyvale Police Department's annual racial profiling report. Chief?
Mayor and Council, this is a standard form, it should be in your packet, that we are required by law to submit to the state every year and also to our local governing body. Of course, we have all zeros on it this year because for 2019, we only had a police department for about 29 days, and we didn't make any traffic stops. But this will be what you'll see every January now with statistics that are required to match up with traffic stops and searches and citations.
This report get filed with the state, or this is just for our citizens?
Yes,
review?
yes, sir. It's filed with TCOL.
TCOL, okay.
It won't have zeros next year, sir.
Council, any question for Chief?
Are we required to make it available like an MSDS? So if somebody were to walk in, they just ask the question, it's hanging in a book on the wall? Or?
Yeah, we will probably put it on the website. Our racial profiling policy is actually already on our website,
Good.
so we'll probably
Good.
put the report on there as well.
So it's available for immediate access. Somebody didn't have to make a PID for it?
No,
Or
it is,
not a
is it,
PID,
it
but
is, it will be readily available.
That's a standard protocol,
Yes,
every
sir.
city.
Yes, sir.
So this was updated once in a year?
Yes, sir.
Council, are there additional questions for Chief? Thank you, Chief. I'm going to open up for public comments. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council on agenda item 10, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the item number 10. I'm going to close the public comments. Council, are there additional discussions or questions on item number 10? If not, can I have a motion with respect to item number 10?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve item 10 of the agenda
As presented?
as presented.
Motion made by Mr. Egan to approve agenda item 10 as presented.
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Clark. Everyone heard the motion? Are there additional discussions? All in favor signify. All opposed? Motion passed 7-0. Moving on to item number 11, receive status updates regarding the timeline and implementation of the police department. Chief?
Mayor, Council. Just give you a rundown what has taken place in the last couple of weeks. We picked up all our portable radios last week from Garland. They have all now been programmed. We have about 8 channels, I believe. We have Sunnyvale Dispatch PD1, and then we have a couple talk-around channels. And we also have interoperability with Rowlett and Mesquite. And we also have Sunnyvale Fire on there as well. So they will do the same thing with the car radios. We'll just either take them to them prior to being installed or after. It doesn't matter to them. So, we're working with GTAC on in-car video and mobile computers. Those are the last 2 pieces of equipment that we need to procure to get these cars done. I reached an agreement, it looks like, for the upfitting, which is the light sirens, the partition and the prisoner seats and the storage boxes on a state contract. We just didn't make the deadline for the agenda, so you'll be seeing that next meeting. We did some repairs where when we dropped the internet lines, they had to cut holes in the walls to get access. That's all been repaired. We've removed the big glass window out of the lobby and sheetrocked that in to make the lobby more secure. That was finished last week. I'm working with town manager, and we're in talks with the school district on finalizing the SRO contract. That's moving forward at a good pace. We extended 4 conditional job offers to 4 patrol sergeants.
Awesome.
Actually, we've finalized 2 of those offers, and the other 2 are still going through the process. I'm trying to get their backgrounds finished. So hopefully we'll be having a meet and greet, formal ceremony with all 4 of the sergeants. I'd like to do them all at once to show the diversity that our department's going to have. All the modular workstations in our patrol room, the report writing stations, have been assembled, and the computers are all up and operational. We still have to put windows on them, but they're operational so that the sergeant's office, okay. So that's where the sergeants will be working until we get their office up. So we'll be doing the building in stages. Right now, the patrol room is the entire police department, but we'll be expanding out over the next several months. Vehicles are still on the line. They do have VIN numbers. I've been told it should be a couple weeks, and they should be on their way down here, at least some of them. And we're working with Dallas Sheriff's Office right now to have a non-terminal agency agreement. It's kind of complex, but what that is the TLET system where we're able to run criminal histories and driver's license, and that those types of things. Since we don't have a terminal in our agency, we can sign an agreement where Dallas County will run those for us. So I'm in talks with them to do that. If they don't want to do that, I have some other agencies that are willing to do it. So it's just a matter of getting those wheels turning on that. And all our crime scene and evidence supplies have arrived. That's about it this week.
Chief, as far as the overall schedule, are we still working towards the October?
I'm sorry?
As far as the overall schedule?
We're on schedule. I'll be honest, the big task right now is getting the dispatch issue resolved and where we're going to go and if it's going to be able to get done by October.
Okay. Thank you. Counsel, any question for Chief?
But just as a reminder, if for some reason it isn't, we do have agreement already with the county to work with us as an overlap, but even with that, there's a lot of complexity to making that happen. So we have a meeting on February 4th with Mesquite and the consultant that's been hired to start working through some of these issues and, hopefully getting to a point of knowing which direction we're going to go very shortly after that.
Got it. Thank you.
Chief, I have one question, and it has to do with our budget. So how are we doing on budget? Are we within what we expected, or are we over?
We're doing fine on budget. I'm trying to stay within our budget on every line item that I can see. Some of it's been a little over, some of it's been under. Some things were shot way low, and some were shot high, so I'm trying to balance the bottom line out.
But overall, we're still in budget?
Overall, we're doing fine.
Are there additional questions for Chief? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I'm going to take public comments on this topic. If anyone from the audience would like to come forward and speak to the council on item 11, please come forward. No one is coming forward, so I'm going to close the public comments. This is just a status update. No action is necessary. So that leads me to the last 12th item, Mayor and Council. This is the time for requests for future staff updates and agenda items. Council. Okay, sounds like there are no requests for future staff updates or agenda items. With that, we are going to the item number 13. Council, can I have a motion to recess into executive session pursuant to Chapter 551, Subchapter D of the Texas Government Code, Section 551.087 Economic Development, to deliberate the offer of a financial or other incentive to a business prospect, Project AC.
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Egan. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Freeman to recess into executive session. Everyone heard the motion? All in favor signify. All opposed? Did you? I did. Motion passed 7-0. Now the time is 7:34. We are in executive session. Thanks.
Hey, how are you? Scott. I would give you my card. My boss was I got a question for you, Doc. 2 years ago, a guy came on. Probably once we get the other four, just have them quick.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Hey, big conversation. You had your chance. I'm just glad now you got the equipment to know if we're going to blow up or not.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I gotta be up there.
Okay, you got the money for, this is, you took that off.
You're good. Once you got past.
Howdy.
There it is.
To get with you, I know that there's just a lot going right now.
Please understand that it is on my.
There's such a big thing
This
at all.
architect stuff, and I'm on the
But we don't have a site yet, do we? What are you thinking?
You don't want to jinx it?
I want to stir it up.
Well, obviously, the acre we had, were given Johnson, that's not big enough, right? And supposedly, we were given that corner on Collins counties, that's not big enough either.
Well, it's about up there. You
Yeah.
can't further out.
But you gotta also think about the visual 190, because y'all will have to service that, won't you? With our exit being in town east, so.
Take this back.
Because you're done with it after tonight, right?
Yes.
Take it.
Sweet, sweet.
Will you be required, will you be required to come to any meetings if you were out?
Do what?
Like, let's say you were out of town or something, you start to be required to see.
My location?
So what I need to do is just get one that says SPD sergeant, and that way if one that's specific for you. Is this the replacement for where you are now, or is that, okay, so then I didn't know if you guys expanded into that.
Give the room all we were
Okay.
wanting to try to maintain the day
I think
room
it's-
and the
I mean, I'll get
that's
one
where
this
I'm
week. Totally.
Yeah,
If it's
I mean, I'm
too
gonna be
many,
here, but
yeah.
I'm
set in there and, if we had vacation, decided to plug in and then,
It's all logo. Do you keep anything over at the?
Huh?
Okay, but no neighbors.
What did I say?
So there's one here, right?
Window?
Downstairs.
Oh.
There used to be an ambulance here. Window. Everything's in
He's
there.
like, no, it's office. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're all paid employees?
part-time and full-time.
Okay, no more volunteers.
It's all different.
They
Well, what
quit
happened,
volunteering.
yeah, they quit. But a lot of the volunteers back in the day, they became part-time employees.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
You staying for the?
You know, you're talking about Willie.
We're gonna have a union. You better rest up, 'cause you're working.
I tried to.
Been retired.
You didn't even get a vacation, huh?
Asked them if they were gonna give them cake.
Well, if Cheryl wasn't sick, she'd bring you a cake.
You zone it
But
with
you
a
don't want one
candle
right
in it.
now.
Like I told him, I said, I came in unnoticed, I'm leaving unnoticed. You sure? You sure you ain't got no? I can take.
You gonna stay here all night? No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they're just talking about giving somebody some money. 86.
When he comes to look, we're gonna have a meeting on heaven.
Those men pick up on propane gas. So I won't blow.
How are you? Okay.
Stick it up in the butt and see.
Can you show me?
Test it, calibration.
One day I walked to the station, I was like, called in a fire department.
You're not gonna find it. It's
We don't
not
need it.
I'll
We
just-
don't have a meter.
We ain't got no sticking meter.
Well, they cleared.
So right now, we're still trying to
Big
sell
old
the
leak and all
software
about
that we have as a platform.
$500 gallon.
I told him that was his chance to get his bill.
Automatically will send out, but I can't actually.
Leave that up to the attic.
Just a second, no, I'm sure. I mean, I know what the meetings are, so I know.
We had two heaters putting that carbon monoxide in the fire station. And the guys that we get over when they found that out, I've been kind of waking up in the morning with a headache there. But that would have been a rough road.
Fire department wiped out.
Well, when there's that wood.
We changed to a different software program because the other one was not working well. And this one's gonna be way better when we get it up.
Gerald and I were talking about
Working on some things.
radio too tonight. We want to make sure, because you're going to have radios in your office, I mean, in the building.
What's your email address? Oh, just your one that I sent to you. I'll add it to you. Okay, thanks.
All they are is
Did you
mobile.
have a good Christmas? I did, how about you?
But that's.
And then you made us
one
get
thing
shoes,
is-
I saw.
Even if we-
Uh-huh.
If anything else, you just run all the way down on top of it. Your radios, I know.
They look
I
like
got
that,
something like that.
with an antenna sitting out.
I know it. And the only reason we got a high one is because they next to VHS. Gerald got one of mine, they could do the Hamilton one, dual band antenna, so you just put one antenna on the car.
I think that's what it's for, just one antenna on the phone.
If it's a combination antenna.
I'm gone. See you.
See you, Scott.
All band over antenna.
That way you only have one. It's on top of my, it's on top of my towel.
Tammy decided not to come tonight.
Yeah, she's thought about it.
It's not worth
She's
coming.
been on the phone and computer all day, so she said, why don't you just stay home?
Y'all come visit at church sometime.
We will.
They're having a security meeting in February. Are you part of that? And both sessions are gonna kind of be the same.
I'll probably not start sending them sorry.
Alrighty.
All right, see you later.
It looked like you got a good price on that.
On this?
Is that the one?
No.
No, you got a good price on that. Is that how much that iPad or whatever you got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Surface.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good price.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think they're like a lot. What's cool about it is, if you want $200 more, you can get like a docking station. You can just, it's basically just something like, you put your Surface down and it snaps in it, and it can show on 2 screens in your office. And you can use it just like you use a regular computer, but it's on a keyboard.
Could be interesting, yeah.
With both tablet and computer.
See you later, Chief.
Thank you.
See y'all in the morning.
Bye.
Bye, Rachel.
See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
I'll have your stuff ready.
Yes, ma'am.
So everything I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay. So at the recess, sometimes we leave.
Yeah, when I have some actual employees on something like this, I won't stay, but there'll be a patrolman here. Once I'm completely done. Just to make sure everybody gets out safe.
Make sure everybody's still, still okay. Hey, did you still need some input? I don't know how much help I'd be on that. Okay. Probably not, but I think we'll definitely win next year when we're upgrading to 10, because that's the reason. We upgrade our security, stuff like that. You told me you were super excited about the new phones, right? Yeah. Oh, it's broke. It's really broke. Replaced yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll have to do that because they only have one check. Yeah.
He said there's also cable in there, there's a cable in there. The point is it runs down that wall on the back of that one. And you know, so it's an old 1980 cable connection. It was a dark ring. You know, like it goes. You know, it's just a little knobby and it's really thin. It has a little like point thing. Yeah, it's sticking. There you go. It's even interesting. He's one of the things. I mean, are you even 21? No, I'm 18. No, I don't know, like You
people.
know, I actually go into the payroll and find that out better.
I mean, I don't know, the people in their 20s, I know, just far, I mean, I don't know if it's the generation, but they're far from where they need to be. As far
I
as,
understand.
yeah.
When I was not sure what to teach. Well, I was born old. I'm old. Really? That's really cool. He's the silent generation. The silent generation. The older. Is it the greatest?
Okay, the time is 8:05. We are back on the regular session. I can confirm that as a result of the executive session, no action needs to be taken. With that, council, can I have a motion to adjourn the regular session for January 27th?
So moved.
Motion made by Mr. Finch to adjourn. A second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Freeman. Everyone heard the motion? All in favor signify. All opposed, motion passed 7-0. 8:05 and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, council. Great job. Great job.
Now.